Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. Could silver possibly plummet down to $15? Believe it or not, I really like this article. And usually, if I covered an article talking about silver dropping down to $15, it would be all just bashing silver, calling it a terrible investment. But this guy's actually the opposite. He even says at the end of the article, stay positive, silver bulls, and keep on stacking. So he's just trying to be realistic. But even if he says, or even if he thinks silver could drop this low, he's still saying keep buying. Anyone else, any other article, if I was covering silver dropping to $15, they would say stay away from it with a 10-foot broomstick. But this guy is just being realistic, and he actually makes some pretty valid points. Now, remember, anytime we're looking at a forecast or a prediction, you got to take it with a grain of salt because there's so many unknown variables, so many things that could push silver this way or that way or up or down, left, right, center, to the middle, even sideways. You got to remember that. But the most important is the unknown variable. A lot of people don't incorporate that, just like the weatherman. Are they ever accurate? No. So we're going to look at this article. First and foremost, I'm doing a major, massive silver giveaway. 60,000 subscriber silver giveaway. You do not want to miss it because not only was I going to throw in a boatload of silver, Andy Scheckman, which is the CEO of Miles Franklin, the company that filled that $50 million order from that lady billionaire, he's also donating silver to the winner. So, or winners, I don't know yet, but regardless, this is probably going to be one of the biggest silver giveaways ever on YouTube. Like, I'm not even kidding. Put some context, I gave away over $1,000 worth of silver to 6 different stackers when I hit 50K, and I'm going to be doing a bigger giveaway than that, but now also Andy throwing in silver on top of that. I mean, you will kick yourself in the butt so freaking hard if you miss this giveaway. This is just my way of showing appreciation for the massive amount of support on this channel. You know, this channel's changed my life forever. I'm getting opportunities. I'm gonna be interviewing David Morgan on Friday. Have a set date and time on Friday with my idol, David Morgan, the silver guru himself from the Morgan Report. I'm now partnered with Miles Franklin, you know, the most respected, trusted company in the industry. Andy Scheckman's taking me under his wing. Andy Scheckman is one of the top dogs, right? He's someone who kind of grew up kind of mentoring David Morgan himself and friends with Bix Ware, Keith Newmeyer, everyone that's at the top of the industry that I cover article after article, video after video. I'm now kind of in that same group of people, or I'm kind of, you know, stepping up the ladder into that group of people. So I just can't thank you all enough. If you want to purchase from Miles Franklin, all you got to do is send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. I will post the instructions in the description, but all you do is send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know what you want. You want eagles, you want whatever you want, bars. Ask what they have in stock, whatever, and you can make your purchase through them. Very trusted, respectable company. I mean, the billionaires trust their money with them. He filled that order in 2 days, by the way. 900,000 eagles, over $100,000 in junk, or 100,000 ounces in junk. You know, just stuff that normal companies cannot fill. You know, and you can have a direct relationship buying through them. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. Their website will be up soon, but don't worry. You can still email. That's what everyone else has been doing for 40 plus years. So you don't got to worry about that. They're very trusted, reliable. I know it might be weird purchasing by emailing, you know, a company, but I promise you everything is going to be work out amazing. They've never had a negative review since they've been in business, and there's a reason for that. So anyways, yeah, we got the giveaway, and then also if you want to purchase from them, I think we're gonna dive into this article now. I'm really curious on some of the points he brings. I know he does go into the dollar strength a lot, but I would also love to hear your opinions. I love when you guys participate in the comment section. Silver price analysis, silver to $15. Precious metals and most other commodities have been getting smashed ever since Jerome Powell, which that's the federal chairman from the FOMC meetings they hold. Federal chairman Jerome Powell comes out afterwards and announces what's happening with the Fed rate hikes, yada yada. So he made it clear that more rate hikes are coming. The US dollar strength has been weighing in, especially on gold and silver, with gold negatively correlated with the US dollar. Silver's taken quite the fall, a fall that we have expected, but the white metal is on the verge of breaking down further, a fall which would see silver prices fall below the production costs of most miners. But don't worry, silver bulls, things can still happen on the chart in the next few trading days, which could shift the technicals. Instead of breakdown, we could be talking about basing and silver beginning a new uptrend here. Certain criteria must first be met. And here's another thing. Even if silver drops down to $15, or if it goes up to 25, or if it goes to 35, or if it goes down to 5, it does not matter. None of those prices will change a single nothing will phase me. Nothing can phase me. Because I don't put silver's value in terms of US dollars, because dollars are worthless. Spot price is irrelevant. I was talking to my friend today. We were talking about starting to purchase more Eagles, American-made silver, government-backed Eagles and stuff. And, we were talking about how Eagles are pricier. And I was telling him, like, you know what? I don't even care. Because if I have to pay $35 for an Eagle, yeah, that's a little more expensive. But $35 is nothing compared to how much that Eagle is worth, the real value of it. See, if I can just detach myself from spot price and just look at $35 versus an ounce, an American Eagle, that makes a lot more sense, especially when I'm talking about the reasons why I would start to branch more into American-made silver. So anyways, silver's primarily seen as an industrial metal. Even though silver correlates more with gold, the precious metal, than copper, the base metal, silver is used for industrial purposes and not primarily seen as just money. Personally, I just see this as a bonus for holding silver in the long term. And yeah, silver is a win-win. Whether the economy is in bad shape, where gold benefits, or if it's in good shape, where gold doesn't benefit, silver does benefit, because it's a monetary and industrial metal. So anyways, and like he says, he just sees this as a bonus. It's a bonus for holding silver in the long term. The world would need more silver going green, as it's needed for solar panels and wind turbines. And by the way, I just made a video yesterday talking about how silver is actually getting replaced by copper in solar panels. Now, I highly recommend you go check that video out. Maybe I'll actually post this video tonight, September 6th at night. I might post it in the morning. I don't know yet, but go check that video out. It's my latest video. In the future, I see a silver market where there is high demand but not enough supply. But for now, recessionary fears are putting pressure on silver and other industrial metals. Other reasons to be bullish for silver, it has to do with the movement of gold. I have said that gold goes up where there's confidence crisis, right? People who are focused on gold, we're not rooting for things to hit the fan. We're just expecting it to, because it is kind of funny. For us to make money, things have to get bad. So people might look at us like, yeah, we're just hoping things are going to crash because that's how we make money. It's not the case. We just are expecting it to happen. But anyways, when people begin to lose confidence in the government, central banks, fiat currency, money runs into gold. Gold has been money for thousands of years. Doesn't matter what happens to a country, be it war, new regime, gold continues to be money in the new order. Always will, and always has been. Every fiat-based system lasts around a century. US dollar is only going to last around 100 years. Any fiat-based system throughout history always lasts around 100 years before it collapses. Looking around the world, I see many reasons why the theme should be wealth preservation. Geopolitics, inflation, the energy situation in Europe, which will start making headlines in a few months. agriculture and drought, central banks breaking the system with rate hikes, a largely indebted consumer and middle class, the list goes on. The argument is that money will run into the US dollar, but I think there will be an issue with this. The dollar will get too strong that it will break things. We are already seeing the effects of a stronger dollar with the Turkish lira, Japan yen, possibly even the Hong Kong dollar soon. If the dollar gets too strong, what will the rest of the world do? And see, this is the very skeptical, speculative part of this, because we can go into the petrodollar, we can talk about, all these other countries that are forming, like Andy Schectman was saying in my interview. He's talking about all these countries coming together, kicking, the United States out off the grid and all this. I mean, it was insane. It was insane. I highly recommend. I actually chopped a video up of him just going over that section of that conversation. But man, we're talking about some crazy, new world order type stuff dealing with finances. But anyways, the Fed and the U.S. may be forced to devalue the dollar as a stronger dollar wreaks havoc. But this is something that isn't going to happen tomorrow. Let's just see what happens in the long term. Anyways, not only do I see running into gold or money running into gold when things break, but I see funds moving into the dollar as well, or into silver as well. And yeah, I mean, look how many billionaires I make videos about that start putting their money into silver. We have the newest case of the lady from Texas that's a billionaire that bought $50 million worth of silver from Miles Franklin, but she was talking about spending billions into silver. We had, what were the other ones? Jim Rogers, Warren Buffett. There's another one. I keep forgetting who the other one was. But there's another one. I mean, more and more billionaires are coming out and mentioning it. I even made a video the other day about the guy, Robert Kiyosaki, the famous author from the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I mean, famous guy. He came out and said, yo, silver's going to make y'all rich. And people look up to him as somewhat of an investor. I mean, someone they take advice from in the investing world. He didn't talk about stocks or real estate. He said silver, not even gold. He said silver is going to make you guys rich. Remember, he wrote the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, like one of the most successful investing, quote unquote, type books. So there's going to be a lot of new eyes, a lot of new money coming into the silver market. So anyways, let's look at some charts. Okay, so starting out with the US dollar and some hope for silver bulls. Dollar recently broke out of a triangle pattern. I'm not going to go over the charts and stuff, because it doesn't show anything. It just records data, right? That's all it does. It doesn't mean anything. It just records data, and you could try to, look at the patterns, but doesn't mean that's going to happen. So many unknown variables and crazy things, especially in today's times. But anyways, let's look at the last paragraph. It says, to the left, I've highlighted type of price action like to see, blah, 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 blah. So a good start would be seeing the daily candles reverse, close above the blue box, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, just anything, you're just going over that. Stay positive, silver bulls, and keep on stacking. I'll post a link to this article if you want to go more into this other stuff. Looks like he also made another article, warned, is silver breaking down? This was May 16th. The other one was written a couple days ago, the article we just covered. This one was written May 16th. He says, still a silver and gold bull run for the long term. We cannot ignore this major weekly technical breakdown. Expect lower prices unless we can confirm a false breakdown, climb back above 22. So anyways, yeah, regardless if it's 22 or 12 or 2 or 200, I mean, 200, okay, we could talk. But regardless, I'm still going to be buying it. And that's a good question I'd like to ask you. What price will you be willing to throw in the towel? Like, not selling. I mean, what price will you be like, I'm not, this is too much? Is it when silver hits $50, will you stop buying? When it hits $100, will you stop buying? I'm not saying you'll sell at $50. I'm not saying you'll sell at 100. I'm saying, will you stop buying at $50 and just start holding until the price goes down? What would that price be where you just think, okay, I'm not comfortable paying $50 for an ounce of silver. I'm not comfortable paying $100 for an ounce of silver, but I'm also not comfortable selling silver at $100. I'll hold on to it. What is that price for you? Have you ever even thought of that? Have you ever thought about what price you are willing to sell at? 200, 300? What price would you be willing to let go of your stack, or are you never going to sell? These are really good, interesting questions you should have some type of idea about, because then when that time comes, at least you have some thought into it. Because when that time comes, things are going to be crazy, a lot of emotion, a lot of irrational decision making, impulse buying, panic selling. So if you're thinking about it now, you're setting yourself up to have a more clear head, so you're not trying to figure that type of question out while you're in the middle of such a chaotic time where irrational decision making can play in. See what I'm saying? Because during those times, you got to invest with your head, not your heart. But if silver's $200 or something, you're probably not going to be able to stay level headed. Things are going to be so chaotic. So yeah, sometimes think about that stuff. Anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Link to this article will be in the description. Make sure to go enter my giveaway. There will be 2 different videos popping up on the screen anytime now. Click the one on the right. That should be my giveaway. It's even labeled giveaway. But also, you could check the link in the description or the pinned comment. Make sure to also purchase from Miles Franklin. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Purchase whatever you want. Andy will hook you up. Let him know Silver Slayer sent you. Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.